DundalkTV is at 7855 Rockbourne Road, and there was a fire here about 3 months ago. The neighbors are not happy. They have called for help, but Baltimore County hasn't really helped them out at all yet. And they're going to share some information about what has transpired since that time.
The fire happened the first week of May in the afternoon. Luckily, no one was hurt. Someone in the neighborhood called 911, and the fire departments, all the fire departments responded very quickly. Luckily, they did a great job. They knocked it down in short order. People who actually lived here came back and witnessed it as well. They spoke with the police and BG&E and the fire department. So certainly, first week of May, it seemed like a very unfortunate event, and thought that it would be it would be cleaned up and taken care of. Certainly by the end of the month of May. As what you see though is what it still looks like here at the end of July.
So since the fire has happened, nothing's been done whatsoever. Rain has been getting in since May. There's a terrible smell. You don't even have to go in the house. You can smell like the rotting meat and food that's whatever's inside of the house.
There's a hole in the roof that they had to cut to work on the fire, and so all the weather comes through. There's siding. It's really sharp and it blows in the wind, especially in a storm really bad, and if that was to blow off, it could really do some serious damage to a person or property. A friend of mine that lives 2 doors down, she found the house was listed on HUD before, because actually the people that lived there when the fire happened were only like there for 3 weeks, and we're not quite sure they were there legally. So I tried to get in touch with HUD, never was able to. There's 40-minute waits on the phone, and then I emailed them and never got an email back. I don't think anyone's going to be held accountable because I don't think anyone legally lived there. Some of us think that the house was falsely rented out to someone by a fake owner, because it is a HUD house, and some people think that the people who lived here might have been squatters. Talked to my friend that was down the street, and she gave me a copy of the letter notice that was on the door, and it had a certain inspector from code enforcement. So I called him and I spoke with him. He didn't seem very alarmed about it. He said that someone was supposed to come and pick up the debris and the mattresses, but that was supposed to be weeks ago. And he said he couldn't do anything else, that I should get a lawyer. He was inspector, should I say who it was?
Sure.
George Sagonis. And he basically told me to get a lawyer. He said I should just be happy that I don't have a neighbor. Basically, the house next to mine is decaying, and there's only a matter of time to where that's going to affect my house physically. And this is a great street, a great group. Everybody took good care of their homes, and this is just really sad that we have to deal with this right now.
Do you believe that there's rats in the house right now?
Yeah.
Right?
The rats reproduce at such a ferocious rate, they can't be contained, stopped, or even slowed down.
I thought I smelled gas, so I had BGE come out, and it turned out to be fine, but he said, I'm going to check the next door. He said that he looked in there to make sure that the gas was turned off, and it was, and he said the smell was ungodly. And he said that he knows for a fact that it's rat feces. He smelled rat feces. So that's not surprising to me. I kind of imagined it to be like that in there, but to hear him say that definitely alarmed me.
And who's taking care of the lawn at this time?
Mr. Chuck, who lives about 4 doors down, he's done it, and he's done with it. I mean, it's not his job, and it hasn't been done, I would say, at least a month. Mr. Chuck swept the debris so it's all together, and put the mattresses together so they weren't laying in the front like they were. And he's done a lot to try to figure out what's going on too. I know I have called people. I know my neighbor that I told you about has, and then Mr. Chuck, who lives 4 doors down, has as well. And we're not getting anywhere.
Well,
Nobody's doing anything.
it certainly would be nice if the county had an emergency response team to just come out and take care of something like this, because it wouldn't take long to board this up and pick the trash up.
No.
Yep.
So what would you rate the county's response from 1 to 10 in this situation?
Well, it's hard to rate. There's
nothing-
been no response.
No
yet, so
response. Nothing.
yeah.
0.
Okay.
We'd love for them to, come on out, guys.
Hopefully this video will help you get this resolved, and Dundalk TV really appreciates all the community members and concerned citizens who share information with us to make our community better. So thank you very much, everyone.
And thank you.